Welcome back. In this video, we'll be learning how to log into our WordPress website, which we've covered before and is simple to do, but something you'll find yourself doing every single time you need to work on your website. We'll cover both logging in through local if you're developing offline, or logging into your site when it's live on a server. If you're developing with local offline, the first thing you'll need to do is open local. Once local's loaded, you'll choose your site from the site list and click Start Site. Then click the Admin button to open the WordPress login screen in your browser. Log in with the username and password you used to set up your site, and click Login. Great, you've logged into WordPress. Now to log out, come up here to your username and click Log Out. Now let's close our browser and log in without the admin button in local, as if our site was online. We'll still be using our local URL as an example, but the method is the same for any WordPress install. So let's reopen our browser and go to our URL. Now, after your URL, type /wp-login.php. Click Enter. Now this will bring up the same WordPress login page, and this is the standard way to log in to any WordPress install. Now, with that said, I think you can understand why having a strong username and password is important. If there's any criticism of WordPress, it's that this URL structure is the same for every WordPress site, so having a username like admin and a password like the name of your site presents a serious security risk. Now there's nothing to worry about as long as you have a strong password, and later on in this course, we'll also talk about some enhanced security features you can add to your site. Another important step to securing your site is perhaps the simplest one, but it's logging out when you're done working. Again, to log out, just come up here to the top right, hover over your username, and click Log Out. And that's it. Alright, now we know how to access our WordPress site whenever we need to log in and work on it, whether online or working locally. In the next video, we'll explore the WordPress dashboard and get a lay of the land inside WordPress. See you then. Welcome back. In this video, we're going to explore the WordPress interface, learn our way around, and get an overview of how things are structured in WordPress. Let's get started. So we've logged into our site, and here we can see the WordPress dashboard. The WordPress dashboard is divided into three primary areas that are always present no matter what we're doing. These three areas are the toolbar, up here at the top, the main navigation, here on the left, and the work area, which is our main working window. The toolbar contains shortcut links to several aspects of our site, including previewing our site, seeing if there are any new updates available or comments to review, as well as the ability to quickly add a new piece of content. Over here on the right, we can access our admin account, edit our profile, or log out. The main navigation panel contains all of the links to different parts of different sections of our site and is generally divided into three sections: a high-level WordPress section, a content management section, and settings and configuration sections. Clicking on any of these items will open that item's submenu, as well as open its contents in the work area. As you build your site and add different plugins, themes, widgets, and other add-ons, you'll often see this navigation menu change as new items are added here. This is really the primary way to get around WordPress. Now, the high-level WordPress sections simply help us find our way back to the dashboard and see any updates that are available for WordPress, our theme, or our plugins. The content sections are just what they sound like, the places we go to manage our content. We'll dive into these deeper in the next couple videos, but whether we're adding pages, posts, or uploading pictures and videos to add to our site, this is where we will spend the bulk of our time in WordPress. Now, the settings and configuration sections down here are where we change our site's appearance, add multiple users to our site if we need to allow others to contribute to the design or content we have, as well as adjust site-wide settings like time, language, and the default settings for our content. We'll configure several settings here in a future video. When our dashboard is open, we'll see what WordPress calls Information Central, a sort of summary of everything going on with our site. We can see info about our site, recent and upcoming posts, comments, including those that need moderation, and news from WordPress. We also have the ability to quickly create a post and save it as a draft if we just want to quickly copy and paste something in order to get a new blog post started. We can also customize our dashboard up here under Screen Options, which we'll do in a future video. All right, we now know our way around the basic WordPress interface. In the next couple videos, we're going to take a deep dive into the content sections of WordPress, which is where we'll be spending most of our time as we structure and build out our website. See you then. Welcome back. In this video, we're going to take a look at a couple of the content sections of the WordPress interface, the places we will go to create and manage all of the content included in our site. Let's get started. When you think of building a website with WordPress, think of it simply as creating different pieces of content and connecting them together. As we talked about in the Intro to WordPress video, WordPress was created to be a powerful content management system, or CMS, that enabled anyone to quickly create and manage a blog. At its core, what differentiates WordPress from other website builders is this idea of dynamic content that is displayed and managed chronologically. The basic piece of content, so to speak, is the WordPress post. A post is a piece of content that can contain text, images, videos, and more that is bundled and labeled with a specific time, category or categories, and tags. Again, this is where WordPress shines. With these labels, WordPress is able to automatically sort and display our dynamic content with little to no involvement on our end. Pretty awesome. In the post section, we can quickly and easily view a list of all of our posts. Here we'll see the post title, the author, and any categories or tags assigned to this post. We'll see this section in action when we build out the blog portion of our sample project a little later on in the course. Let's take a look at this sample post called Hello World. We'll click Edit to open the WordPress post editor. Now this is a very simple post, but we can see a title and some text that we can click to configure ourselves. Let's go back. So WordPress is great at managing chronological, blog-style content, but what about static content? Well, this is where pages come in. While posts are the primary building block of a blog, not every website is a blog, and not every piece of content needs to be organized by time or category or tag. Pages are just what they sound like, and allow us to create individual pages on our site that have static content. Home pages, about pages, and contact pages are all common examples of things that would be considered by WordPress to be pages instead of posts. While it might have started as a blog platform, the features of WordPress are so powerful that many WordPress sites these days don't even have blogs and are completely built using static pages. Much like posts, the Pages interface allows us to simply create and manage our pages. We'll be building out several pages in our sample project as well, and you'll get a good feel for the similarities and differences between posts and pages. In the next video, we're going to continue on with our overview of WordPress by learning how WordPress manages our visual content, the pictures, videos, and files that make up our website. See you then. Welcome back. In this video, we're going to take a look at how WordPress manages media that we want to include in our site. This is done through what WordPress calls the media library. On a normal website, inserting media of any kind requires you to know the file path and file name to your media item. This can be really challenging when you have lots of media, and WordPress makes it so much easier. To access the media library, we simply click Media on the navigation menu. I've loaded some sample content here, and you can immediately see how easy it is to find what we are looking for. There are different view options here, as well as the ability to filter your media items and search by name. To upload, it's as simple as clicking Add New and dragging and dropping a media file right here. WordPress instantly processes our media and also gives us the ability to add additional content to each media item. This is done by adding captions, descriptions, as well as alternative text to help us with site accessibility. And we also have access to the file URL here if we need it. As we'll see later in the course when we're building our site, anytime we want to add media content, the media library is instantly accessible from almost anywhere, and with just a click, we can both upload new content or add already uploaded content to our pages and posts. And that's it, the media library in WordPress. In our final video in this section, we'll look at the ultimate tools of customization in WordPress, the theme and the plugin. See you then. Welcome back. In this video, we're going to learn about two powerful tools available to us in WordPress that allow us to customize both the look and functionality of our site. Let's get started. While WordPress is built to be a powerful content management system, if all of the WordPress websites in the world looked the same, things would be pretty boring online. Thankfully, WordPress allows us to customize the look and feel of our site using add-on components called themes. Since WordPress is a free, open-source project, meaning anyone has access to the code that powers it, designers and developers around the world have created hundreds, if not thousands, of different themes that you can use on your site to make it unique. Let's explore how themes work and how they can transform our site. We access themes through the Appearance menu in our Navigator. Here we can see that WordPress comes with a few themes pre-installed. Each year, WordPress creates a new theme to provide us with a visual style for our site right out of the box. Now these are pretty limited themes, as they definitely cater to the core functionality of WordPress, the blog. You'll see that this one's already activated, and if we come up here to preview our site, it will take us to our home page. Let's take a look. Here, we can see the general style of this WordPress theme. While this is a clean and simple design, our options for customization are somewhat limited. To customize a theme, we click Customize in the top menu bar. This will bring up the customization interface. Here we can change basic things like the site identity, or a couple colors, or maybe even a few layout items. But that's about it. No ability to really change our layout or font or style, anything like that. Really a bare bones setup. This is where custom themes come in. Let's go back and add a new theme. To do that, we click Add New Theme, and that brings up the theme library. Now this is by no means all of the themes available in the world, as many developers have built entire businesses around creating customizable themes that they sell on their own websites or marketplaces. For now, we'll quickly select just one of these to see how adding themes transforms a WordPress website. Let's go over to Popular, and we'll use this theme here on the bottom right called Go. We'll click Install, and once it's downloaded, we'll click Activate. Now let's check out our site again. We'll come up here and command-click to open our site in a new window. And already, we can see how our site looks a lot different. Let's click Customize. Alright, here we can already see a different list of options. If we click through them, we see a lot more than the previous options. We can change the design style to several preset options, adjust the color scheme, header colors. Let's go back and look at what else we can do. Here we can adjust the layout of our site with a different header, and again, some more color options. Now this is still a fairly basic theme. As we'll see later on in our sample project, some themes include tons of options and even add their own menus to the sidebar for us to quickly access different settings for that theme. Themes are built for all purposes, and if you look, you'll find a theme for virtually every industry, style, and purpose. Alright, let's get back to our WordPress dashboard. Okay, so themes are one way we can customize our site. Let's take a look at the second tool we have that allows us to customize a WordPress website. So we know that WordPress excels as a content management system, and thanks to pages and themes, we can create unique and creative sites that aren't just blogs. But what if we want our site to include other features? Well, once again, thanks to the open source nature of the WordPress project, developers around the world have the ability to build small add-ons or utilities that add new functionality to a WordPress site, just like a theme adds visual enhancements to the site. These utilities are called plugins, and they work just like themes. Let's take a look by opening the plugin library in WordPress. So here's where a list of our installed plugins would be, and there currently aren't any. Let's click Add New. And here we are in the plugin library. Much like the theme library, this is a collection of all the plugins available for you to use to enhance your site. There are literally plugins for everything. So let's say we include a lot of photos in our site, and want to see if there are any cooler ways to display them besides the built-in features of WordPress. Let's search up here in the plugins for a slider. And here we have over 2,600 different plugins to help us create amazing sliders. You'll also notice that some of them have active installations in the hundreds of thousands. We can also see where they're compatible with our version of WordPress and when they were recently updated. Plugins are available for just about anything you can imagine. Let's search for security. Again, tons of plugins that will help us secure our website better, including WordFence, which we'll have a video on later in this course, with over 3 million active installs. We can also search for things like forms, where we'll find plugins to create amazing forms for our site, and e-commerce, where we can find plugins to help us sell products and handle payments and shipping. You can literally find a plugin for almost everything. And that's it. After this section, I hope you feel comfortable navigating the WordPress interface and are excited to dive in and begin building. In the next section, we're going to get ready to start our course project by configuring many of the settings we saw in this section, as well as installing some plugins and the theme we'll be using for our sample project. See you then.